Hello folks, this is Alan recording another comprehensive best out of one draft for Magic the Gathering Arena. I've been doing some Dominaria draft lately so far and I haven't yet got my 7. Most of my games have been up to 5 or 6 wins. So, I do like this format a lot. I do like this set. I think it's very balanced. There's only a few unbeatable bombs in the set compared to the other sets that we've done so far, but it's very complex, it's very deep. There are lots of archetypes, and every single 2-color combination has a really powerful theme going on. Hopefully I can sink some gems into this and show you guys a 7-win video. Otherwise, I might have to settle for mediocre 6 or 5 wins to show off. But for now, let's get started. And pack one, pick one. What is our rare? Not something you really want to play in this set. Yeah, you don't really care about ramping black mana for the most part. It's not something. This is not a card that helps you does anything for the board to provide you board advantage. It's not a removal spell. It's not a body. It's not an invasive attacker. It's pretty much just ramp, and you still have to pay 3 mana to get it going. So yeah, not a good first pick. But if you are playing in a very if you are playing in a very expensive black deck with lots of expensive curve toppers like Kazaroff, I can maybe see tacking this in, but not really a first pick. Looking at the uncommons, Simic is fine. It's a decent 5 mana trample haste creature. Yeah, you don't really want to pay this for 4 mana unless you really want to just get the last points of damage onto your opponent. It's mostly just going to be a 5 mana 5/3 trample haste, which can potentially catch the opponent off guard sometimes. But in terms of for its body, for 5 mana 5/3, it's kind of lackluster. So it's kind of like a finisher just to get the last points of damage across. But Dominaria tends to be really slow and grindy. There's not too many hyper aggressive decks you need to worry about in this set. Simic is fine, but not exciting. There's Tatiova, which is excellent. Powerful card, 5 mana 3/3. Great value engine in the late game, especially if you can play lands every turn and draw an extra card on top of it. It's great. Green is also the color in this set which provides a mana fixing, such as cards like Grow from the Ashes, so Tatiova can also be splashed if you don't want to stick with the Simic colors. Really good card, first pickable, but is in 2 colors, so it's a bit of a risk, but a good one. Looking at the commons, there's Cloudreader Sphinx, which is great, 5 mana 3/4 flyer, enters the battlefield and scries 2, and then just a nice late game curve topper. Stat line is reasonable, can start pressuring the opponent in the air, and just a really nice body to play in the late game. Nothing much. Yeah, it helps break board stalls just to have a nice body, and a 3/4 flyer in this set can block and attack past a lot of the other flyers, so good card. Deathbloom Thal is pretty awesome, nice 3 mana 3/2, solid attacker, leaves behind a token when it dies. And then there's Vicious Offering, which is a fine removal spell, pretty good. But it's especially better if you can kick this and you have a lot of sacrifice fodder, so you can deal with larger threats. So in this pack, I guess it's really between these 4 choices. I think I choose Cloudreader Sphinx over to Deathbloom Thal. I wouldn't necessarily take Vicious Offering pack 1, pick 1, unless I'm leaning towards a more sacrifice-heavy theme. It is a good removal spell, but it's not the best. But unless you have a lot of sacrifice fodder, this card isn't going to pay off too highly against bigger threats. So just between Cloudreader Sphinx and Tatiova. Cloudreader Sphinx is much more safer, keeps you in a single color, very curve topper if you want to stay and remain flexible. Tatiova is a lot more riskier, puts you into 2 colors right away, but definitely a lot more powerful. If you can get this going. Since it's pack 1, pick 1, usually the decision is to just pick the most powerful card. Even then, Tatiova is kind of flexible since green provides a mana fixing and splash to splash Tatiova, and you can end up in green in another color as well. So yeah, I don't mind taking Tatiova first pick, pack 1, pick 1. Again, not as flexible as Cloud Reader Sphinx, and we could end up in another archetype. But yeah, this card is almost, I don't want to call it a bomb, but it's almost close to a bomb. It's definitely beatable, but if you can really keep this on the board, it just pretty much wins you the game if it goes unanswered. So let's take it. Alright, now looking at this pack, there's Grun the Lonely King, which is a great curve topper for any green deck. If it attacks alone, it gains a lot of stats, doesn't have trample, but it can still get chumped. Just a great curve topper if you need it. Immortal Genius is fine. Nice upgrade over a land slot. In the late game, you can sacrifice this and use this as a card draw engine value in the late game. Sapperling Migration is a decent 2-drop as well. Then there is Skittering Surveyor. So this pack is kind of stacked. It's pretty hard to decide which one that we want to take. I think I prefer Grun over the Memorial of Genius just to have a great curve, late game curve topper. Then between Sapperling Migration and Skittering Surveyor, it's kind of hard. I do know I want green to be my primary color, so I do need to kind of work on the playables for that color. Sapperling Migration is just definitely an excellent 2-drop, and excellent 2-drops are definitely hard to find. There's also Fire Intervention, but I think I want to do that as a splash if I end up in green with Tatiova, so I don't think I want to incentivize that first. So I think it's just between Sapperling Migration and Grun the Lonely King. Skittering Surveyor also helps, maybe splashing Tatiova. Again, I would rather just, if I'm playing a deck with Tatiova, I'd rather just have the good green cards right away before I consider splashing, because I might just end up in blue-green anyways. So I think here it's just between these two. I think I might just take the Sapperling Migration. Grun, even though it can be good, it hasn't been impressive so far. Every single game I've had this, it ends up getting chumped. It can't really block flyers. It's pretty expensive for what it's worth. Even though this is a slow set, there are people who play aggro decks, and you just really want the early game cards that can pressure the opponent and block off in the early game. So, yeah, I think I like the Sapperling Migration. Just keep it simple. Have a good 2-drop. That's good in any green deck. But I wouldn't also mind a Grun in the future packs, but it's kind of early, so I don't really want to take too many curve toppers. Grun is even, I would even say that Grun is replaceable as a curve topper, since something like Cloud Reader Sphinx might even be better since it has evasion, while Grun is just going to end up getting chumped by a bunch of tokens at the end of the day. So, yep, let's snatch the Sapperling Migration. Alright, now we have Thorn Elemental as a good curve topper versus Sapperling Yavimaya Sappered. Both would be pretty decent here. There's also Arvad, but I think we're just looking at the green cards here. Again, same reasoning, like Thorn Elemental is great as a curve topper, but it is expensive. You do need ramp for this to make this really efficient. If you really want to really make a good green deck, we need to have some early game cards, so I don't mind taking the Yavimaya Sappered here, just as a nice 3-drop, and then we can go for like a go wide theme with the green, and then we can pick up these curve toppers later, as long, and it's a little bit hard to cast these again if you don't have any ramp in the first place, so don't mind taking the Yavimaya Sappered. Here, Baloth Gorger seems decent. Also a Fiery Intervention for the splash. But I think I want to stick with green for now. Just take a decent mid-range card in the green deck. We could use a 4-drop, of course, and this is a pretty good one. It's definitely better than the Gaia's Protector as a 4-powered 2-toughness creature. And Jousting Lance works well with the Sappered as well. So, let's take this. And I wouldn't mind another one, but there's also Skittering Surveyor now. We already have a Baloth Gorger. The Skittering Surveyor can allow me to splash Tatiova or splash another third color much more easier. So I'm kind of leaning towards this late Skittering Surveyor here. Marwyn also wouldn't be bad. It's not a great card since there's not too many powerful elves. So you don't really care about putting counters on this card, but it does help you ramp. You know, it's like a nice 3-mana mana rock. Not better than, you know, Land of War Elves or the Elf-Famed Druid, but it can be reasonable if you need it. But I like the Skittering Surveyor. There's a possibility we might end up black-green and another color, and Tatiova can just be for the splash. Or we could just end up in green-blue anyways, and then have the Skittering Surveyor as a splash So, I mean, using the Skittering Surveyor as a splash, so this is good. And we got Bailoff Gorge and Cloud Reader Sphinx. I mean, between these two, I think Cloud Reader Sphinx is better. Again, we just want those evasive curve toppers on turn 5. We already have a Bailoff Gorger. Bailoff Gorger doesn't have trample, so it can't get chump block like Grun the Lonely King. But it's still a fine card. But I think Cloud Reader Sphinx gets a nod. There's also Gitu Chronicler, which is great, but Cloud Reader Sphinx it is. Here, nothing much. We could just take a Candle. Could take a Fungal Infection if we do end up in black-green. Splashing Blue. I can see that maybe being a possibility. Candles go late. You don't really want too many copies of these. Usually one is fine, but it's not very exciting since it's so darn expensive to use. So maybe Fungal Infection makes it here. Here, there's Dark Bargain, which I'm a big fan of, but there's also like Weight of Memory, Land of War Scout, which I wouldn't mind playing in the deck with Tatyova, since this allowing me to ramp, and also putting an extra land on the battlefield with Tatyova can mean drawing 2 cards per turn. Weight of Memory is not the best card draw spell. It is kind of expensive for what it's worth, and usually in blue you can pick up cards like Divination, Opt, and even Blink of an Eye to bounce a card and draw a card, and Weight of Memory can might just be too expensive for what it's worth. So I don't know. It's just between maybe like Land of War, Dark Bargain, and Weight. I might just take Weight anyway, since I mean Land of War Scout can usually wields. It's not amazing to drop. You usually get them anyways in the late packs, and you might just want 1 or 2 of these with a Tatyova. So maybe just Weight is still fine here. It keeps us in blue. In case we don't pick up Divinations. Now here, I can just take a Guy's Protector, which is a worse version of Bailoff Gorger. Nothing matters. We'll take an uncommon for gems. And happy to see Thorn Elemental wield. So this pack definitely shows that green is open. Blue is quite open too, seeing this Cloud Reader Sphinx and Weight of Memory. So we kind of got lucky. Pack 1 pick winning a Tatyova, since those are the 2 colors that are primarily open. And you never know what you open in a pack, so sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. But, you know, I'm happy with the Tatyova. And I don't know if the Cloud Reader Sphinx was the one that wheeled in our first pack, because it shouldn't be passed up. I don't know, sometimes the bots can be really dumb in this game, but Thorn Elemental seems like a good finisher in the late game. None of these matter. Use as the gems. Maybe play Hammer Explorer. It could be a replacement over Guy's Protector, just because the 3 toughness might matter. Alright, and yep, pack 1 is looking great. I think we would want to stick with green-blue for the most part, but, you know, we could end up splashing blue, but this Skittering Surveyor also allows you to splash maybe a red removal spell or a black removal spell or like a Blessed Light if we have to. But yeah, pretty solid draft so far. I'm quite happy with how it is, so let's move on. Alright, well, we got rewarded. There's Zahid, Genie of the Lamp, Jinn of the Lamp. We do have a Skittering Surveyor for this to tap to pay for 4. We might not have an artifact heavy deck, but it's still fine casting this as a 6-mana curve topper. A 5/6 flying body is just really hard to deal with. 5 toughness is usually the magic number you want in this set. I guess 6 toughness, since 5 toughness cannot survive a Vicious Offering, -5ing, and it also can't survive a Blood Talokando. But you know, a 5/6 flying body is just incredibly powerful, really hard to deal with. And once it just lands on the battlefield, you know, it's just a powerful win conditions, attacking the opponent in the face for 5. A Fight with Flyer is also excellent. It would be on the splash. We can't really kick this since it's double red, and it would require a lot more work. Wrath is great, but I wouldn't want to play it in this type of deck. Maybe just like a white, in an Esper colored historic deck, where you can kind of flash in those legendary enchantments and sagas, etc. Divination is also fine. Wouldn't mind another Bailoff Gorger. Wouldn't mind a Vidalian Arcanist to discount our spells, but nothing beats the heat here. And we could use Ramp. Well, Daragaz is powerful, but I don't think we're anywhere close to the Jund colors here, since it's going to take a lot of work. But pack 1, pick 1, I wouldn't mind building around Daragaz, even though it's a heavy commitment. It's very powerful. Looking at this pack, there's a Vicious Offering, there's also Kami Drake, and the Yavimar Sapper. Our deck is kind of lacking removal, but I don't think we want to splash a Vicious Offering or Gideon's Reproach. Here, I think it's just a Kami Drake, just to put out a just to diversify our 3-drop slot. This is an Invasive Attacker that can get in the air. It's pretty decent card to kick in the late game if you're flooding out. But I wouldn't mind a Sapper if I want to go a little bit more wide in the early game. But I think our win condition in this deck is to basically fly over the opponent. And I wouldn't mind another Evasive Attacker to try to help close out the game. So we'll take it here. Alright, here there's a Land of War Elf as a nice 1-mana ramp creature that we could use. Trickster would also be fine. There is Slimefoot we could splash for, and the Kami Journey Mage. We don't have any wizards yet to give this a discount, so at 5 mana it's going to be pretty darn expensive, and our 5 is kind of getting stacked. But it is kind of like an interaction spell if you need one. Same with Merfolk Trickster, but the double blue is hard to cast. Given that our curve is pretty high, I think I'm leaning towards Land of War Elf just to kind of provide me some ramp. Like Merfolk Trickster is interaction, but it's not the best. Usually you want to splash for like a Fiery Intervention or like an Eviscerate with the Skittering Surveyor and pick up cards like Blink of an Eye. Maybe Ancient Animus could actually be pretty decent in our deck with these 2 legendary creatures and some giant curve toppers, but I think Land of War Elves just makes sense here. Slimefoot could also be splashable, but it is kind of stretching it. I do like Slimefoot primarily in just a black-green deck with lots of Sapperlings. I don't think our deck is highly focused on Sapperlings. It's just looking to be like a mid-range beatdown deck where you can curve out in the early game with nice defensive ramp creatures and then play our late game finishers to close out. So let's take a Land of War Elf here. Kamal Druidic View. Look at the top X cards library. May put a number of land or legendary permanent cards. Convert mana cost extra less from among them in the battlefield. Put the rest into your graveyard. Number of lands. Nah, this could be fine, I guess. But you do need a legendary creature to play this first, so it's too conditional. Could maybe main deck a Pierce the Sky. Don't think we're moving the red for Chronicler after all these blue cards. So maybe we main deck Pierce the Sky since we are kind of weak to flyers. And Song of Freyalise is pretty powerful. Usually the first and second part helps you ramp out our big creatures. So we do need to prioritize some early game to get this ramp going. And then the 3rd chapter makes them all indestructible, and you get in a free attack that can possibly just win you the game. Very powerful saga. But I wouldn't mind a Yavimar Sapper as well, but Song is just really powerful here. Hoga's Fungal Plots, not great in our deck. We're not a Sapperlings deck. Fungal Plots I can only see playing in like black or green. This Ancient Animus can help maybe act as a removal spell, because since we are lacking, I think we might need one. We do have some high toughness creatures here with decent power that can maybe fight off creatures. Baloth Gorger, Cloud Reader Sphinx, Zahid, Thorn Elemental, and even Tatiova can gain a counter from it. So I don't hate main decking it, because we don't really have any removal, and in this set you do need ways to deal with creatures. Now there's Growth in the Ashes versus Ancient Animus. Probably take the Grow, since we are kind of lacking ramp. Our ways to ramp is just Land of War Elves and Song of Freyalise. It'd be better if I can pick one of these up to kind of push me forward. Since, again, we're looking to be more mid-rangey, rampy. So, let's take it. Don't think I need a second Thorn Elemental. It might be overkill. There's a Mammoth Spider we can take, but, you know, I guess it's a blocker against flyers that we could use. Double Thorn Elemental might just be overkill. There's also Adventurous Impulse, which isn't exciting, but can help smooth our draws. Could see myself maybe taking a Mammoth Spider here. Maybe we can cut Weight of Memory if we pick up enough Divinations, and Voldalian Arcanist is nice. Just a decent 2-drop blocker, helps with any Divinations, discounts our Growth from the Ashes. Yavimar Sapper is a good 3-drop. Okay, so the second pack also delivered. There was Zahid. We finally opt even. That's nice. We even picked up a Song of Freyalise. So I think we almost have a playable deck. We just need to make sure we upgrade maybe our 4 slot. Maybe our 4 drops could use some better cards. We could upgrade over to Homerid or the Guy's Protector. We do need more interaction spells. Maybe another Ancient Animus. A Blink of an Eye would be great. Some better 2 drops. Maybe we finally get one of those Land of War elves to help our Tatiova. But overall, pretty strong deck so far. Ariel is great, but we can't splash it. Pack 1, pick 1, it will probably be the pick. But there's also Wizard Lightning, which these are kind of close as Pack 1, pick 1s. Wizard is much more flexible. Ariel is just a powerful card that can just generate infinite value by making million tokens, and then it's also a removal spell and a body. So, you know, I wouldn't mind risking an Ariel Pack 1, pick 1. Here, it's just between Divination and Yavimaya Sapperd. Given that we have 2 Sapperds already and our 3s are decent, I don't mind like a Divination. Just to kind of dig through our deck. Maybe we can cut this Weight of Memory since it's looking pretty expensive for what it's worth. And it gets discount from Vidalian Arcanist. So, I think the value card is much more important. Here, I guess I can take a Land War Scout here. Not too exciting and impressive. I guess we could splash for Blessed Light, but I don't know how far we want to stretch the splash since we pretty much have a playable deck. We are lacking removal, however. So I might just pick this up. We could just splash for it, in fact. Since we are kind of lacking removal, I might just take it here. A Land War Scout would be nice, though, just to have a 2-drop that helps ramp as well. Maybe it's fine just taking a Land War Scout. I think I will. Just to stay on theme. Here, I wouldn't mind another Land War Elf. There's also Grun. But we do have a 6-drop with Sahid already, and this doesn't really have Trample. I guess there's also an Ancient Animus here. Sylvan Awakening can be a fine finisher, but we should have finishers already. I think the Land War Scout just kind of makes sense. Land War Elf just kind of makes sense, just providing a more early game and ramp. Like, we can totally... I guess we can kind of just win the game by ramping our big creatures and just pressuring the opponent, and we don't really need too many removal spells. All we need to do is just kind of smash past the opponent. So, let's take it here. And we wield a Grun. I think I like the Sapperling Migration just to have a 2-drop. More 2s are great. It's a great card to kick. Also, Grun would be fine, but again, I'd rather have an invasive 6-drop. And Blink of an Eye is excellent. Taking it over to Academy Journey Mage. Even though this is almost close to Blink, Blink is just cheaper. You can play on the opponent's turn, which is something we need. But I would definitely take it if Blink wasn't in this pack. Syncopate I can probably take, but another Sapperling Migration is so powerful, especially the song. Yeah, let's take it here. Now I can take another Ancient Animus, and I think I will, since I have double Yavimaya Sapperd already, and I'm kind of lacking removal. We should again have enough high toughness creatures to help us fight. Don't think I need Arcane Flight, but it can be fine with Thorn Elemental, but we should have enough flyers to close out the game. Here, I don't think I need a Tolerant Scholar. It's a pretty bad 3-drop. Maybe Adventurous Impulse to help smooth out our draw steps. Sure. None of this matters. We have enough 3s. Don't think I need Land of War Envoy. Maybe just take an uncommon for the vault. And another Ancient Animus. Okay, so yeah, I don't mind the Ancient Animus here. You know, they're not the best removal spells, but they are at least something. Since we are lacking removal, I don't mind playing 3 copies of them. And our game plan just seems to be we need to just defend in the early game, ramp out to our big creatures, and use them to fight. And maybe help them use them to close out the game. We are lacking removal, but that's fine. So, in terms of cut, I can see myself cutting this Cold Wire Snapper since we don't really need too many late game, and these 2 are fine. 5 drops are looking decent. I could cut the Weight of Memory, but I might need the extra card draw. Could cut the Mammoth Spider. I don't really like these 4 drops, but they do fill a purpose here. But I guess I don't want to drop my 3 drops as well. I think I like the Ancient Animus. I could cut the Adventurous Impulse. I think I could maybe cut the Opt. It's like a worse version of an Adventurous Impulse since this digs a little bit deeper. And you could just... And the Opt can usually just dig Scry 1 for the most part. So It's almost the same, except maybe worse in Adventurous Impulse. I guess this can maybe find our removal spells, but Adventurous Impulse can't. But at the very least, we need to. We're doing this for the creatures. The early game looks fine. I actually like the Land War Scout in this deck. Could just cut the 4s since they're kind of bad. Maybe we cut a Mammoth Spider. Weight of Memory can go, and then this can kind of be our deck, I guess. Since we have Tatiova and Divination, I don't think we need too much card draw in this deck. I like the Curve Toppers, I like the 5s, the 4s are fine. The 3s are great, since we have Song of Freyalise, we want to go wide with them. I guess I could just cut a Adventurous Impulse and call it a day. And these are kind of like our win conditions as the top end creatures, and then we can use the Ancient Animus to fight with them. I don't hate it. Otherwise, I mean, I guess Mammoth Spider can still be fine, but what do we cut it for? I don't really know. It's just a blocker against flyers at the end of the day, nothing special. Guy's Protector is bad, it's almost like a 3-drop, but you're paying 4 mana for it. Kowar Snapper is just a blocker. We already have like Zahid, which is just better. Wait can maybe be in our deck, but we shouldn't care too much about it since it's too expensive for a card draw spell anyways. And we only have one way to discount, which is Vodalian Arcanist, which could be sketchy. So I think this is our deck. Yeah, I think in terms of mana base, we're definitely favoring green. So I think 9-8 is reasonable here. I don't know if I want to go 10-7, since we do need double blue for the Zahid. And we do need to cast maybe our 3-drops and Divination early. Maybe I can go see myself going 10-7 with even with Growth from the Ashes and Skittering Surveyor. They can help fix our mana. And I think green is a lot more important to have in the early game. So I think it's 10-7, and it's definitely 17 lands here. Yeah, let's give this a go. Skittering Surveyor on 3 can be fine. I do have a Blink of an Eye in the early game. No 2-drops, but I do need green for my early game too. So I don't know about this. I mean, I guess I can play a turn 4 Zahid. I can kind of live the dream. So yeah, let's try it out. Maybe it's a bit of a stretch, since our early game cards consist of green cards we want to play. But, you know, Skittering Surveyor, I mean, a turn 4 Zahid is pretty busted, so I think I'll try that. Hopefully he doesn't have Syncopate. He is playing blue-black control. He could kill off my Zahid and the dream can just be over. Tetsuko, don't think I'm bouncing that. It's not threatening. Alright, we definitely need to find a forest here to get our green active, but next turn we can play turn 4 Zahid. So let's try this out. Hopefully there's no Syncopate here. I want him to tap out. Okay, he tapped out, so this is great. So now I can play a freaking turn 4 Zahid. Let's do this. This should be hard for him to deal with, unless he has Eviscerate. Well, I think I'm taking my chances. Next turn I can maybe keep a Blink of an Eye. Slimefoots. Okay, I could just Ancient Animus this thing away. Yeah, let's do it. This is pretty busted. Sorry, opponent. But, yeah. And now I can play out the Green Forest for another Ancient Animus to keep that active. Don't think I want to play Sapperling Migration here. I want to keep a Blink of an Eye in case he has a removal spell. But yeah, this is pretty stupid. Turn 4 Zahid with Ancient Animus is dumb. I don't think he can outrace me with this. Vodalian Arcanist, nah, I don't think it's gonna get there. Do I fight out the Academy Drake? Probably not, since I don't mind if he chump blocks it. Yeah, let's attack in. I still want to keep Blink of an Eye up to play around the play around something, and I should keep everything in hand still. So you could have like a Blessed Light, and I can just Blink of an Eye back my Zahid, draw a card off of it, replay it next turn, keep up Ancient Animus. He's definitely not outracing me with these 1-drops. I don't have to worry too much. Calico Skin Witch unkicked. Okay, that's fine. I guess his game plan is just to race me with the 1-powered creatures. Okay, Thorn Elemental looks nice, but let's get in there with Zahid first. I might just tap out for the Thorn Elemental. Trickster, loses all abilities. Okay, it's still a 6/7. So, let me see what he tries here. He's going for an all-out block. Let's think. Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this should kill Zahid. I could just blink it back and just recast it. So I do want to kill Academy Drake. I could just let this happen. Why not? I could just blink it back. Yeah, I think I'll just blink it back. Yeah, let's blink it back. Since I just want to... Ooh, I can't recast it. Okay, only second main I can recast it. Might as well play out the land. Soul Salvage a Slimefoot. I could just fight that off too. But I think this turn is just the Thorn Elemental. Should keep land in hand to play around the discard. I don't think he can win from here. Thorn Elemental Zahid should be game over. He can make 2 tokens from Slimefoot, but I can just I guess he's just gonna bring back the Drake to block. I can just fight it off, I guess, with Zahid, and it should be game over. Alright, yeah, so this deck is pretty busted. As long that was a turn for Zahid with the Skittering Surveyor. But usually I don't get this lucky, to be honest, in Limited. But yeah, that was a pretty nice game. Let's keep playing. Alright, I could play Llanowar. It's gonna take me a while to kick the Drake. I could just play the Drake right now. If I play the Llanowar, next turn I could just put a land onto the battlefield. And then I can play out the Cloud Reader Sphinx. And it also blocks a 2-2. And there's a chance I might want to kick the Academy Drake. So I think it's fine just playing this out for now. Just say go. Since it blocks a 2-2 properly. So now I think it's land. We activate the Llanowar Scout, put another land, and then we can play out the Cloud Reader Sphinx. And do I want more lands? Probably, because I eventually want to kick this Academy Drake, but I also like the Ancient Animus, since I can even play the Vidalian Arcanist next turn, and then fight with this if I need to. Definitely solid. So yeah, I don't mind this on top. Sarah Disciple, I don't think I care about that too much. Yeah, I could just Academy Drake and Vidalian Arcanist here. I think the play here is just to attack though. Maybe I should leave up enough for the blink. I could just play out the Academy Drake, why not? Yeah, it's not the end of the world, and keep a blink. Even though this doesn't have kicker, I think this should be fine. Yeah, just a 2-2. And we should leave up some mana in case he tries something here. Like if he tries to eviscerate my Cloud Reader, I can just bounce it back with Blink of an Eye and just recast it. And also Ancient Animus can help me fight too. So maybe I should bottom the land. And I was just thinking I could be ambitious with this Academy Drake kicked. So opponent's kind of like thinking hard here. Next turn maybe I could kick up Blink of an Eye with kicker just to draw a card in case something happens. Like I could just bounce my Academy Drake, replay it with kicker. Did the opponent just concede? I guess he can't deal with a turn 3 Cloud Reader Sphinx, so I guess he just concedes here. That's fine. This deck is pretty good anyways. Okay, I guess the opponent just concedes. That's fine. And I'm gonna keep up land for kicked blink, the kicked blink, just in case. Actually, I have enough for kicked blink, so I can play the Vidalian Arcanist. He's just here wasting time because I don't think he knows I don't think he can beat me. That's pretty much it. So, if one of you are watching this video, just be patient here. There's some salty opponents out there, so we all deal with them at the very least. And we can still play out the Vidalian Arcanist and have a kick Blink of an Eye. So I think this is good. Hopefully they increase the timeout thing when the opponent isn't doing anything. So can we just have the opponent concede? Come on. Alright, thank you. Currently 2-0. Let's keep playing. Let's take a look back at this deck. So I guess this is almost like turn 3, turn 4, turn 5 with the Land of War Elves. So, you know, pretty reasonable. Don't think I need another card draw. Yeah, we kind of reviewed this already, so I think our deck is still good. Let's just keep playing. Alright, no green mana. I don't think this is a keep. It's kind of an expensive hand too, so let's mulligan. We're on to play. This is a little bit better. But what do we bottom here? Definitely keeping. Don't want to bomb the Divination. Could actually bomb the land. It's kind of greedy, but we do have the Land of War Elves. And then we should have a turn 3 play. Yeah, I think this is fine. And we're on to play too. So I think we can kind of get greedy here, just keeping a 2-lander, since we can pretty much play our 3 drops and also Divination to dig deeper. Not opposed to this. Unless he answers the Land War Scout, we would be in trouble, but I don't think he can really do that turn 1. Ooh, this is looking great. So I think here I want Divination just to ensure that I dig deeper to pick up more lands. Otherwise, if we don't pick up more lands, this deck won't get there and do what it's meant to do. Okay, so this is fine. I could play double migration, but I think a Baloth Gorger here is just strong here. It's just pretty scary for him to deal with. A 4/4 body on turn 3. And then he's going to have 3 mana up to cast a small creature here. And then we can be on the beatdown. Right, Crozen Druid. Here I could just play out Tatiova. I think I will, just to be mana efficient. I can also Yavi Mire and Sapperlings, but it really can't attack past the 2/3. So I think the Tatiova here is fine. And then we pick up a land, and that would be really nice as well to go along with the Tatiova, but still fine. You could maybe play another color land and kill off my Tatiova, like having Eviscerate here, which is punishing, but this is great. I can play out the land. I think I'll just attack with the Baloth Gorger because he could have like a removal spell. I guess I can attack with both. If he tries to pump, I can use Ancient Animus in response. So I think it's fine attacking with both here. He could block, use Giant Growth, and a Spore Swarm. Okay. Let's see how he tries to block. The Ancient Animus should blow him out. So he's going to try this, and then leave 2 and chump block. Okay, and then I can use a Tatiova, give her a counter, and fight off. I think this is good. Now it's a 4/4 Tatiova, and he's not going to kill that properly. So Ancient Animus is great if you have some big bodies and some legendary creatures. Otherwise, Otherwise, it's not a great removal spell, but in green the removal is pretty bad, so I do have to run like 3 of them. Blood Tallow, Kando, okay. So the only thing that can really kill me here is like a, okay, Blink of an Eye is excellent. I think I will attack, and if he tries something, I can cast Blink of an Eye. I think I'm fine attacking with this one too. He can eat this Saproling for all I care. Because he is probably going to try something with Tati over here. And I should be able to kick this token away. Yeah, let's kick the token away. This leaves him with a chump blocker, but I'm fine with that. And I might as well just make a Saproling here, even though I can kick one out. So I can just swarm him. The only thing that can kill me here is just Phyrexian Scriptures, but that's double black. He's probably just going to activate this immediately, but he's forced to chump block this 4/4. Or he can trade, but he's going to take 1,000,000 damage on the way back. Alright. Currently 3-0. Hopefully we get there with the 7 wins. This deck is really good. I'm surprised that Ancient Animus is actually overperforming in this type of deck. Usually that's not a great card you want in Dominaria. But green is, again, lacking removal. So you do need to run it sometimes. Alright, Medallion Arcanist on 2. Yeah, this seems fine. I have some reasonable 2-drops to play. Might as well just drop the Academy Drake on 3 and start pressuring the opponent. It's going to take a while to get this kicked. I might even start with a Land War Scout to help me ramp, in case I pick up an extra land. I think that's fine too. Opponent is in black-green. Don't know if I want to fight this away. Probably not. Here, I think I can just play the Academy Drake unkicked, and then I can activate the Land War Scout end of turn to place a force onto the battlefield. But for now, I think we just take it slow. Opponent's in the Sultai colors. Yavi my Sapper, that's fine. And then we can play the Medallion Arcanist. We can also just activate the Land of War Scout end of turn to play out the land. We don't have to show it to him. Don't think I need to fight this off yet. I mean, I could maybe just to slow him down. It's possible that I should. Since he's tapped out, it does kind of slow him down. So maybe I should have. I don't know. Or it can be more useful when I top deck my bigger creatures next turn. Or I can use this in response to a removal spell. Okay. But he's not tapping out the Land of War Scout, so maybe I just fight it off while I can. Yes, end of turn, just fight this away. I really need to slow him down if he has a Slime Foot on the battlefield. I don't know what he can do for 1 mana here. Yavimai's fine, I can keep up an Ancient Animus. Attacking for 2. Yeah, killing the Scout's nice since he's kind of missing his land drops. And this definitely slows him down. And Elfame Druid, okay, I can also fight this away. It's possible that I might, but I might decide next turn whether or not I want to. Since I do need to deal with Slimefoot, Scaring Surveyor is nice. Helps me thin out my deck, gives me a land to play. I think the Forest is fine here. We're not splashing for a 3rd color, might as well play it. I could just fight this off again because he's missing his land drops. I think I will. He only has single blue right now. And then we can attack for the Academy Drake. Because I can't allow him to maybe kick something out with this. Okay, he found his 4th land anyways, okay. And Cloud Reader Sphinx is great. I think I attack first. Hopefully he doesn't counter it. That's why I'm hoping he doesn't have counter spell up. So, but I'll play it anyways, because, I mean, why not? How am I going to win this game? I guess he just makes a Sapling end of turn, that's fine. Maybe I don't block a Sapling if he tries. I don't think I need Grow from the Ashes at this point. I just need to find my playables. I think I have enough lands, almost. The only thing I can't cast is probably just the Thorn Elemental, but everything else is fine. Mammoth Spider, okay. So I'm going to have trouble getting past this. So, even if I had Ancient Animus, the only thing I can really fight away is a Slimefoot. Divination is good, so I think I'll do that. Do I need double green? Yeah, I think I need double green for the Baloth Gorger if I draw it, so I think this is fine. And just got a bunch of lands back. I think we say go. And I don't think I need to play out the land here. Save it for Tatiova. Maybe I should have kept 1 land in hand, but I don't know. It plays around Skinwitch, in a sense. Now I just need a way to get past this Mammoth Spider, and I should be fine. Don't have any ways to fight past it, I guess. Maybe I can blink it for 1 turn and attack past it and do some damage. But maybe I would want to blink my Academy Drake back. Okay, this is fine. Don't care. We'll let this resolve. Get rid of this. I don't know what he wants to get back with the Eldest Reborn. There's really nothing much in the graveyard for him to get back. Here I might as well just play out the land because the Eldest Reborn will make me discard. This triggers. I'll respond by activating the Land War Scout, putting a land into the battlefield so I don't discard anything. And hopefully none of these die because I don't really want him to get my Cloud Reader Sphinx. And it would be pretty upsetting to top deck like a Tatiova and have 0 lands. Alright, none of this matters. I think we just stay go. We're kind of flooding out here. We have 10 lands, 11, so there should be 6 more in my deck. I mean, there's still 7, but one of them is in the bottom. So apparently 6 more of these are lands on top. I bottomed the grow, that wasn't necessary. All I need to do is just deal with the spider and I should be okay. Opponent has playables, but is missing out on his land drops, I'm presuming. I guess I might as well just play this kicked. Why not? If he can counter it, it's fine. But really, the only thing I need to deal with this is the flyer. So let's see we attack with all next turn. What happens? He kill off my flyer. Everything trades. Yeah, I won't be able to kill him. Tatiova, okay. Opponent has his own Tatiova. Now he can start drawing cards and gaining life with it. Unfortunately, we'll need like Zahid eventually to attack past this Mammoth Spider. Could have removal as well. Okay, Song is excellent. Well, that's really nice. This can pretty much win me the game. Let's just make sure we don't lose anything and say go. So opponent needs to pressure me, or else this Song of Freyalise will just win me the game and go off. Unless he can find a way to deal with this Song or deal with all my creatures, then this should be pretty scary for him. Especially if I'm going this wide with all these creatures. Could have a fight spell here. Okay, Crows and Druid kicked, that's fine. Guess opponent is stabilizing, but at least I have a full board still with a Song of Freyalise. Opponent splashing black. I guess he's a blue-green splashing black for the Slimefoot. That's not bad. Here, I don't really care. I'm going to keep lands in hand still to kind of represent something. I would like to kick another migration, but unfortunately sometimes again RNG just doesn't give you enough spells and you flood out sometimes. But opponent could just stabilize with his Tatiova. Next turn I can get in a big attack. He's forced to like throw some creatures away in front of this. Cover removal spell here. Okay, just a Sapperling Migration. I mean, it's kind of bad with the Slimefoot, unfortunately, with the Song. But I still get a free attack. He's just going to drain me out here with the Slimefoot. It's going to be pretty annoying. Alright. Baloth Gorger is excellent. So here, I think I just attack. Since everything's indestructible, has Vigilance and Trample. I'm going to take a bit from this Slimefoot, but he's also going to take a lot if he doesn't block here. Well, this is a lot of damage. I don't know what the opponent is thinking here. He only blocks with 1. Okay, I'll take that. He should be chump blocking and trading off his Sapperlings. I think he got it wrong. I think he was thinking that he could sacrifice these Sapperlings to do something. I mean, I guess Vicious Offering can deal with this. But, geez, this is a lot of damage. I don't know if the opponent is sure about this. Because all I really need now is like just a kicked blink, I guess. I just need to blink away this Mammoth and deal with it, and I should be able to win. Guess the opponent doesn't care because he thinks he can win with this Slimefoot. So all I really need to do is deal with the Slimefoot, and I can get a huge attack in, and I should be able to win. Since this Slimefoot is just gonna gain him a million life and drain me if I go for it. Don't think I block here, because if I do, he gains life. So no blocks. I do need to deal with the Slimefoot. I do have an Ancient Animus still in this deck. Okay, my own Tatielva, so this is great. Let's play her out. Let's play out the land. That's not going to do it. Let's activate the Land of War Scouts, play out the land. Sapperling Migration is great. I can kick that. So that's looking great. Can I get in for attack? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, he has enough blockers. I shouldn't attack here. What I need to do is I need to deal with the Slimefoot, and then I can get an attack in. Because otherwise he's just going to gain a million health. I might as well get rid of this if I can, and then I can get in for a huge attack, and then he won't be able to get a bunch of life, and I can try to outrace him, I guess. I don't know, this could be wrong, but I really need to get rid of Slimefoot. Otherwise there's no clear attacks. I'm not going to make any progress. The opponent is just going to drain me out. I have 11 here, 12. I do have 5 more lands in the deck. Fungal Plots is annoying, since he can just gain 2 life and draw a card when he blocks my Saprolings. So I might lose this. Really depends. Saproling Migration, I might as well kick more. Make up a giant wall, why not? Let's play out the Llanowar Elf. No profitable attacks because the Slimefoot would just drain me. So we'll just say go. All I need is just to kill the Slimefoot again, and I should be okay. But he might have a bounce trick with the Slimefoot, so I might have him activate at end of turn and fight it off. That will buy him an extra turn, but I think it's the safest way to get rid of Slimefoot. I could go, if I get Blink of an Eye, I could just go for an all-out attack. He can, I think he's counting. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. This is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So he has 4 of these can go unblocked, which are just the Saprolings, the 1/1s. So it's not enough to kill him, especially if he can drain me these Saprolings. So there's no reason to attack here. Okay, Modrotha is scary. Mothrata, but that's just gonna bring him an Llanowar Elf. I don't know if it brings back Eldest Reborn. Is that considered a permanent? Probably not. Hopefully it isn't. Cast as a creature. Yeah, I guess he can bring it. Okay. I guess I can just get rid of a Saproling here. Okay, Zahid is broken. Now that can attack past the, that can now attack past the spiders, so this is looking good. So then we're still not attacking because Slimefoot's on the battlefield, but now I can start racing him with the flyers. You could double block my Cloud Reader Sphinx, or my Zahid, but I can get him for a good attack. I might as well just attack with all my flyers. I guess he can eat the Drake, block off the 4/5, but he'll take 5 in the air. Because if I only attack with Zahid and Cloud Reader Sphinx, he can still double block. One of them I can only get in for 5. But at least I can kill off a Mammoth Spider if I go in with all 3 of these. Or I could leave it back. I don't know. Maybe it's reasonable to just attack, to be honest. Don't know what he's going to bring about this Eldest Reborn. There's really nothing on the graveyard. So maybe I don't attack here, because if I do, I'll lose a flyer, and then the Eldest Reborn will basically give him my flyer. So there's no good reason to attack. let's just say go. Let's play out the land, draw a card with Tatiova. Ooh, Blink is great. So do I Blink here? I could just Blink the Mammoth Spider and attack in with these two. What happens? He takes 5 down to 4. He can play this on next turn. We could just go for an all-out attack. And then we can Blink back Slimefoot, but he has all his mana up, so maybe we give it the next turn. I guess he's gonna just recast the Eldest Reborn with the Muldrotha, so maybe I just attack. This could go bad, but I think I go for it. Otherwise, I'm not winning this. And hopefully he doesn't have Counterspell for my Blink. He has 5. He can Syncopate for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He can Syncopate for 10. I have 12 mana up, so maybe I just Blink without the kicker. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if I play Blink of an Eye without kicker with 12 mana up, I can pay for the Syncopate if that happens. So I think that's what we should do. Let's Blink without the kicker, yeah, on the Slimefoot. And I should be able to get in for a good amount of damage. This is going to be a crazy attack, but I think we just go for it. And if he has Wizard's Retort, I'm done. But if he doesn't, then I'm in good hands. I'm not going to Blink with kicker because again, there is maybe I could bounce before attacking. I don't think that's a play. I think I need to ambush him by doing this. Otherwise, he's just going to and here we'll play the Blink of an Eye without the kicker. So again, I can pay for the I can pay for the Syncopate if he has it. But he doesn't have Syncopate anyway, so this is good. I can he won't be able to recast Slimefoot, so he's not going to gain a million life. I can kill off a bunch of his stuff and get away with it. Guess he can Fungal Plots and draw cards here, that's fine. Gift of the Growth, that's fine too. And he won't be able to kill me on the way back. Guess he can bring back my Zahid now, so maybe it's a bit of a misplay, but I did need to get an attack eventually. So he has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's get rid of a token. Maybe he won this game, I don't know. Yeah, and Slimefoot just going to keep draining me with the Saprolings here. Do I just call it quits? And he has his own Cloud Reader Sphinx. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, he's just going to outgrind me unless I have like a removal spell next turn. Then I don't know how I can beat this opponent. Maybe I should play Blink with kicker, but I didn't want to risk the Syncopate. Alright, this isn't going to work. Good game. opponent just had a better long grinder deck than mine, but that's fine. Molthrata, Tatiova, Slimefoot. Pretty hard cards to play against, but oh well, let's keep playing.
I will defend my allies. You may regret that choice.
Alright, that was kind of nuts. Sorry, I had to silence my mic. There were people talking in the background, but yep, kind of shows you how powerful this deck is. Let's keep playing it. I could have fought off the Thorn Elemental, but I didn't. I really want to play around something like Fungal Infection, so. Goes to show that Grunt isn't all that amazing since it doesn't have trample, and it can get chump blocked by tokens all day, while the Flyers can just get across and win you the game. So yeah, that pack 1 pick 2, I think the Sapling Migration was the right pick over the Grunt, the Lonely King, since Grunt again gets chump blocked. It looks cool on paper, where you attack once, it grows large, and then the opponent is forced to throw stuff in front of it all day. But it's kind of bad if, again, you have a lot of chump block. The opponent has a lot of chump blockers and tokens, and they have a Air Force already, which is pinging you down. So Grunt is not all that amazing. Alright, we have Scaring Surveyor and then Baloth Gorger. I think this is a fine keep. We do need some 2-drops, but this is okay. We can eventually get the Cloud Reader Sphinx. Like, Baloth Gorger and the Cloud Reader Sphinx is pretty nice. Also, Ancient Animus can maybe help fight off, like, maybe they have a Slime Foot or something early that we need to get rid of. I think this is okay. Opponent down to 6 cards, so he mulliganed. Opponent's in red, and he's starting off with an aggressive start. Okay, we could just get run over. And it's possible in Dominaria, even though this is a slow format. We do need to make sure we don't get aggro. The opponent could just put a million enchantments in front of creature and kill us as well. Like a Champion of the Flame would be pretty bad here, and then he can put an equipment onto it and then make it into a powerful trample creature. That's possible. But, the opponent is playing Shirk Prospector, so it's not a great card. Bloodstone Goblin, okay, so there's a Goblin theme going on, but Yeah, I don't think I need to be afraid of anything. I think I can just play Forest and pass. Next turn, the Scaring Surveyor can hold off this Shirk Prospector, and then we should have our big stuff online. Wow, the opponent's just Korean and a Halar. Alright, so we do have Blink of an Eye, but I don't think I cast it yet. I think I just play out this Scaring Surveyor. Take action. Then I think we grab an island because we already have all these forests. And I could use this to chump. I could just take 5. It depends on what he does here. If he's just attacking these two, I'm fine just chumping this away. I mean, I guess this has trample. So maybe I just take 5 down to 11. And hopefully Baloth Gorger can hold them off. Yeah. And maybe I can chump next turn depending on what he plays here. He could just play a 4-mana 4/4 and I would need to chump it away. Okay, Fungal Plots isn't the worst. Okay, seems decent. I could hold up Blink of an Eye, but I think it's better just to develop my body. Hopefully I don't run into Fiery Intervention or anything. Since that would set me back. Like he could kick a Fiery Intervention, grow his Alar, kill my Baloth and get him for 4, which is a lot. Since this deck can't... So, yeah, this deck is more of a mid-range ramp deck. It's really something that really needs some early game to... At the weakest is going to be at its early game against a super aggro opponent. And you don't have enough lands to kind of deploy all your threats to block. So it is kind of slow against aggro, and it needs to play the aggro game against a control deck. So if it's too slow against an aggro deck and it's not fast enough against a control deck, it's definitely can be destroyed. Okay, let's see what he tries here. No Fiery Intervention. Okay, just a Keldon Raider. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. Here, this is interesting. I could just play out the Cloud Reader Sphinx. I could keep up Blink and Ancient Animus. I could just Ancient Animus now. Why not? And if he blinks, and if he shocks me, then I guess there's no shock in this format. There's Shivan Fire. So I think I just do it now while I can. Yeah, let's do it. Just so it doesn't grow. And then we can maybe use Scaring Surveyor to chump if he deals with my Baloth Gorger. Yeah, I think this is fine. I don't need to keep up Blink. I'm fine trading off my Baloth Gorger here for the 4/3. He could have a trample effect, so maybe I just take it. Like, he could have something like Run Amok that can really punish me. So maybe I just take 4. But I think I want to develop my Cloud Reader Sphinx. I guess I can take 4. Next turn play Cloud Reader Sphinx and then keep up Blink. Yeah, maybe this is okay. I mean, he would attack with this if there was Run Amok too. So this is kind of sketchy. Maybe I should be taking all this extra damage. Because a kick fight with fire will kill me, but he's a long way from that, so... Maybe next turn I can block with it, keep a Blink of an Eye, if he tries something here. So yeah, this is looking good. I can play out the Cloud Reader Sphinx, keep a Blink of an Eye with the Vodalian Arcanist. It's not going to be kicked, but it's still okay. Here, don't need Grow from the Ashes. We have a million lands already, so we can bottom both of these. I think I want to keep Grow in the bottom since it's not going to do much anyways. And then this now we can just say go. Start attacking for 3 in the air. Keep a Blink of an Eye in case he has a combat trick. And we should be fine. But I'll definitely block with a Baloth Gorger and offer trade if he tries something here. I just want to play around a bounce trick. I mean, like a stupid trample trick or something. So if he has Run Amok, then I'm definitely bouncing here, but I'm happy with the trade. Here. He probably has Run Amok, I'll bounce it back. They always have run amok. Come on. Gift of Growth. Okay. Well, we'll punish them with blink of an eye. I could have bounced my own Baloth Gorger. But this is okay. Now I have Ancient Animus up. I can fight his Bloodstone Goblin if he tries to attack and kick something. This is fine. I can get him for a huge attack. And I should just still keep lands in hand for Tatiova. This is fine. And I'm fine just blocking with the Baloth Gorger again next turn. And then if he tries something, I can just fight it in response. But it was definitely right to keep up the combat trick, the blink. Otherwise, that Gift of Growth would have gotten me. Alright, land isn't good, but I'll play out of land now, I guess. And I can swing him for 3 in the air, offer to trade with the Baloth Gorger. Should be okay. Another pump trick? Okay, now this time it's a trade, that's fine. He can make a Saproling, sure. I do need to start top decking playables, otherwise this aggro opponent is going to kill me. Baloth Gorger his own, okay, but at least I can maybe chump block that for in the meantime. Come on, are you serious? Let's get in there for 3. I might just take 4 from it, I don't know. But the lands aren't good. I don't really want to lose to this opponent, but I might just lose to him simply because I'm just flooding out. I'm not getting anything here. Because yeah, we only have 6 playables in the meantime. I could just chomp and start attacking in the air, why not? I'm still at 7. The opponent, he could sacrifice 2, gain 2 life, and draw a card now. So that's a bit of a problem too. But I'm obviously going to block with a Scaring Surveyor. If he has Run Amok, that's going to be pretty bad. So opponent's just going to attack him with everyone. Okay. I guess I could attack here, block here, and maybe fight off the Goblin. Guess he can sacrifice the tokens and draw a card. So maybe I just block here, and I block the token, and this should be okay. He can do his... If he wants to gain value from tokens, he has to do pre-combat. So I guess I'll just be taking 2 from this Bloodstone Goblin at the end of the day. I could also just fight off the Goblin right now, but there could be something more threatening that I need to get rid of. So for now, I think taking 2 is fine here. Playable, please. Sapper isn't bad. Now I can hold off the Baloth Gorger in the meantime. And he can only make 1 Saproling. Do I play out the land? Yeah, probably. Just play out the land for now. Attacking for 3. Chump block with the Saproling. He doesn't have Run Amok, otherwise he would have played it. I could attack him for 1 too with the Medallion Arcanist, but I do want to block off this Bloodstone Goblin. And if he tries to cheese me out here with a Giant Growth, I can fight in response to whatever he tries to pump. I mean, he could pump with the Baloth, but I'm obviously going to chump block with it. I'm not really top decking well. I've been flooding out this whole game. I need my divination. I need something. I don't know. Maybe I should tech in Weight of Memory in this deck. It is a lot of mana though. So I'm obviously going to chump block this. Run amok would suck here. I could just triple block. And he would only kill off 2 creatures. If he has run amok, what happens? I just die. So maybe I just go for it. What happens if I triple block? He can kill off 2 of these. I still have a fight spell up. I think I'm gonna go for it. Because I do need to get rid of this Baloth Gorger here. Otherwise this is gonna pressure me forever. He can make a Saproling out of this, gain 2 life and draw a card, but that's okay. If he plays another giant threat, it might be game over. He could just make a Saproling now, sack it. Oh wait, Grun. I do need to chump block that. But I should be okay still. And a Land War Elf for the chump block. Awesome. I could fight a Saproling to prevent him from gaining life. I could just do that. It's actually not wrong. So he's going to exile end of turn, and I can fight off a Saproling. He only has 1 creature card in his graveyard. So yeah, I should do it in response. So he doesn't gain life. I think this is a smart play. And I can just chump block with the 1/1. And then take 2 from the Bloodstone, or maybe block that off. Yeah, this was the right play. Otherwise he would be gaining 2 life. And he would be able to draw a card. And I would still have a 2-turn clock in the air. Instead of a 1-turn clock. Okay, I think I like this. I think I'll block like this. I don't care about taking 1 with the Saproling. Alright, that was good. I thought the opponent almost had me there. My draws were shit. They were really awful. Since I was completely flooding out that game. There's a chance I should run the Weight of Memory. But again, it's another 5-drop. It's quite expensive. What would I cut for it? Maybe the Land War Scout. Since I have all these 2-drops already. Like, if we look at our deck, this is really what we have. 1, 2, 3... I could just cut the Land War Scout for it, actually. Might not be a bad idea. I could maybe just cut the Yavimaya Sapern, in fact. Maybe I just do, and I run the Weight of Memory. Because I really don't want to flood out. I mean, I really need playables, and I don't really want to flood. I mean, it could be bad. Like, maybe the Yavimaya Sapern just provides me another 3-drop that I otherwise can't have. And I'm kind of low on creatures. I don't know. Maybe I just cut the Land War Scout. I mean, it's not great anyways. Alright, yeah, I teched in the Weight of Memory. I just need more card draw in this deck. I don't want to flood out like the last game. I did cut a Sapper, but I think I should have enough creatures. This should be okay. Since the Sapling migrations are creatures anyways. So I have like around 15. This is fine. 2-drop, 3-drop. I think I'll keep this, and Weight of Memory can help me refuel. It is quite expensive though. So I don't know. It could be an issue, but I think I'll lead with a Saproling Migration, since I don't really want to keep these in my hand. Turn 6 is a long time. I already have a turn 4 and turn 5 play. The Skirring Surveyor is really helping me out with the lands and everything too. So here, I don't think anything bad will happen. There's no flash creatures that can ambush in this set. There's no fairy duelists. There's no like fairy vandals. Here, I think it's fine having another island, since we have a million forests in this deck. Next turn we can drop a Baloth Gorger. Turn afterward we can Weight of Memory and start drawing and refueling our hand. Okay, I guess this can hold off my 1/1s, but the Baloth Gorger should be pretty nice next turn. Then Weight can again help me refuel. It's a more expensive divination, but I think it's worth having in this deck. Since again, I don't really want to flood out, and I do need to dig through my deck to find answers. This Baloth Gorger should be difficult to deal with. So I'm going to attack next turn. He could just blink it back. I can replay it, but he might blink end of turn. Eviscerate should be fine here. Okay, Blink of an Eye with Kicker, that's fine. Do I Weight of Memory here, or do I play out the Baloth Gorger? I think I Weight of Memory now. And next turn I can Vodalian and Baloth. I think that's better. We'll make him mill 3. Because I want to get this out of my hand while I can, and then dig through my deck to find some answers. Okay, he's running some Flash card, the Flash Merfolk. That's interesting. Next turn I could just Divination and play it slow. And then I could just kick the Baloth Gorger on 8, but that's a long time. I might as well just play it out, and maybe Vodalian Arcanist and then Divination. Could have a Soul Salvage here. Alright, Grow. So the Baloth Gorger is pretty nice here, since I can just start pressuring him. I mean, he could kick out larger Baloth Gorger, that's what I'm afraid of. So maybe I just wait, but that's going to take a while. Yeah, I mean, he could just kick out an 8/8 Gorger for all I know, and all I care for. So maybe I still play it slow, just Divination, Vodalian Arcanist. Okay, this is a little bit better. I can't necessarily play out a 4-mana Jhin, but I can do it next turn. So I think this is fine. We can say go. I can also just play out Thorn Elemental at the very least. And if he does play out like an 8/8 Gorger, the Thorn Elemental can at least... I mean, a 7/7 Gorger, I can at least play out the Thorn Elemental to maybe block it profitably. Okay, Multani's broken. I don't know how I'm going to win against Multani. So I could kick this next turn. I could just play out the Thorn Elemental, why not? The Flyer's not going to do much. I might as well hold off this Multani while I can, and then get him for 7 points of damage. I do want to kill this eventually, though, because it's going to grow too big. He can bounce the lands back, but that's fine, and replay, but it's going to be a smaller Multani. So maybe I do, like, double block it or something. But he could have like a combat trick, or like Blink of an Eye to bounce his Thorn Elemental back. And maybe he's right taking 8. And then I can just attack back for 7 at the very least. I don't know. He could have another Grow from the Ashes here. But Multani is definitely one of those unbeatable bombs in this set. And he also has a Skirring Surveyor to fetch more lands for Multani. Okay, I probably have to take 8 here, and then I can attack back for 7. Because there's no way I can deal with a Multani. And then the turns later, I can maybe block the trample damage from it. He has so much mana up that I can't afford to play around. I can't afford to block here because he probably has a million combat tricks. And a Cloud Raider Sphinx, but I'm going to fight that off of Ancient Animus. I think that's worth it here. I might as well Zahid and fight it off, I guess. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he can't really kill my Thorn Elemental, so he would have to take 7 here. So what I can do is I can play out land. I can attack with the Thorn Elemental. Opponent obviously takes 7. I could just kick a Baloth Gorger, but it's not going to block this Multani anyways. So what I want to do is I do want to pay... I could just cast it for 6 and fight it off. I mean, I guess I could keep another Ancient Animus up. So I can do this. I can tap this Skittering Surveyor down. Play out Zahid. And then fight off the Cloud Reader Sphinx. I think this is reasonable, and next thing I can get in for lethal. And I should keep up an Ancient Animus up again, I think. I could just play the Llanowar Scout. It really depends. And I should have enough toughness to prevent myself from getting killed by this Multani, but this gives me extra toughness. I don't know. Yeah, let's play out the Llanowar Scout. Maybe I need the extra toughness to block off this Multani, so I don't end up dying. He's looking at his graveyard for Soul Salvage. I might just take the hit from Multani. I could just double block here. It's not wrong. And then what happens is I attack back with both next turn. He takes 7, and he should be dead. I don't think the extra point of damage matters, so I think I'm going to block like this to prevent the most damage from Multani. Because if he has a pump, if he has a pump spell, that will be a problem. You could have a bounce spell here, I guess. So maybe I might have to kick a Baloth Gorger next turn to maybe block off Multani. Because there's no way in hell I'm beating Multani here, so... That is annoying, but I think the Baloth Gorger maybe could block reasonably well here. The opponent doesn't have any good blocks against this Thorn Elemental, so I think I can send in. Don't think I need the Ancient Animus here. I can assign combat damage as though it weren't blocked. Yeah, let's just do that. I could play Academy Drake here. Maybe Baloth Gorger is fine. Don't think I need to fight anything off. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just play this kicked. And then maybe we can double block Multani or something. Maybe just store everything in front of it in case he has a pump trick. Because I don't think the Academy Drake kicked and the Ancient Animus is going to accomplish anything. I just need as much toughness to block off Multani from killing me. And I can just kind of outrace him on the ground. Hopefully he doesn't have another kicked Krosan Druid. Alright, 10. I might as well just block off Multani as much as possible with everything I can. And if he goes out for an all-out attack, I'll just let everything, all the small guys come through and I can just block off Multani. Yep. So this is the attack that I was fearing. So I guess it makes sense to block off like this, block off like this, block off like this, and maybe block off like this, and I can take 4. Seems about right. And then 4 damage will kill me, so he would have to kick a... He would have to play the Gift of Growth with Kicker to kill me, which he might have. I guess he might have a bounce trick. If he does bounce back to Baloth Gorger, I'm done. He might have cast down here. Yeah, I think he got me. If he casts down on Baloth Gorger, I'm dead, because that's going to trample over for 10. So if I block with all on the Moltani anyways, and he has cast down on the Baloth Gorger, I'm dead anyways. I don't know how much damage this is. I should be able to survive. Oh, that's 8 damage to the face. Okay, good game. Yeah, I can't beat Moltani. That's just an unbeatable bomb in this set. So I don't really feel bad. I'm currently 5-2. Hopefully I can get to 7. Because this deck is pretty powerful. I still think the weight of memory is fine in this deck. I could cut it again. But it did help me last game, so I think I'm going to keep it. But yeah, it's unbeatable. Moltani is one of those cards in this set which you have to either exile or freeze. I guess you can bounce it back, but it's such a powerful card. It has reach, trample, and every time it goes in the graveyard, it comes back. It's one of those crazy cards in this set, which I think should be banned from Limited, but so be it. I think every set has one of those. Maybe Modern Horizons, other than the Hex Drinker, Modern Horizons doesn't have... I guess Modern Horizon does have, like, Winds of Abandon and maybe Sarah, but... Okay, this seems okay. I can maybe Skittering Surveyor on 3, get out of land, then eventually Weight of Memory. It's kind of sketchy, though, because if I get run over by aggro, I'm going to die, but I think I still keep. Since I'm on the play, I think it's reasonable to kind of just keep this hand. I don't really want to go down to 6 with a deck that's looking to ramp. But again, we're playing against aggro. People love aggro in this in Dominaria. I don't know why. Here, I think the Skittering Surveyor makes sense, and we can go for our green mana. I'll take 2 from this Knight of Grace. I could just trade off for... I mean, if he attacks with his 1-1, this is going to be a 3-2. So maybe I still take 3 damage here. And then maybe I can set up like a first strike block in the future turns. Since 3 damage first strike is a lot. I mean, a 3/3 first striker is a lot and pretty difficult to deal with. Now Dalvanon Trapper comes in. Okay, but Llanowar Elves look nice here. And let's see. Ancient Animus isn't going to do much. So I think I'd just Saproling Migration for 2. And hopefully I can hold off this opponent in the meantime. Wondering why the opponent isn't for instance equipping the lance. Here he's probably going to equip the lance on Tatyova. I can fight it off with Ancient Animus. Blessed Light would be bad here, but I'm happy fighting off Tatyova. with the Thorn Elemental. I guess I'll take 6 here, that's fine. I can fight it off next turn, it's not a big deal. Land of War seems fine. I might as well do it now while he's tapped out. And maybe I can get him for 7. This is interesting. I could just play Kick Migration. Let's think. Maybe I could attack for 7, play out the Ancient Animus, fight it off. Next turn, if he tries something, I can also fight off whatever he attacks with, and play Land of War Elf as an extra blocker. I think I'll do that. But let's attack him for 7, because I eventually need to outrace this opponent. This Ancient Animus here. And if he wants to attach something on this Knight of Grace, that's fine too. I can blink it back. And I have another Land of War Elf. I can also keep up another Ancient Animus as well. So I do have Blink and Ancient Animus up, so I think this is fine. We can say go. That's okay. Alright, let's see what he tries. He's going to attack with both. And I can now, yeah, I could just Ancient Animus here, why not? Fight off the Knight of Grace. And I could just bounce back to Spartan Construct. I could just take 3, I could just block it and take it. Now let's bounce it back. Just to waste his time. And this doesn't have trample, so I don't need to be afraid of anything. Now what I can do is I can play out land, I can play a Kick Migration, and also Song of Freyles. And I can get in there for 7, it's not a big deal. Next turn I should be able to kill him. Unless he has Run Amok, then I'm fucked. Alright, he doesn't have it. Okay, I guess we're 6-2. I'm gonna make a part 2 video for the final boss. But yeah, this deck is pretty sweet. I'm surprised I actually made it to 6 here. Hopefully I get to 7. I haven't gotten any 7s yet with this draft, this set, but I would love to with this deck. So in the meantime, stay tuned.